Hello, I'm the storyteller, and today I'm taking you on a terrifying journey that may make you never dare to drive alone at night again. Before we start, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting me know what time you're watching. Sit back, relax, put on your headphones if you can, because this story will give you chills. Now, imagine you are on a dark road where no lights other than your car's headlights illuminate you. You were alone, or at least, you thought you were. Dark streets and dark shadow. It's past midnight, and I'm driving through a desolate countryside. On both sides of the road there were only empty fields and dense darkness. There were no stars, no moon, only headlights illuminating every meter of the road ahead. I had been driving for hours and felt tired, but I was still a long way from home. I tried not to think about the fact that I was in the middle of nowhere, but then I saw something. A figure, standing right on the side of the road, bent down as if looking for something in the weeds. Its eyes reflected the light from the headlights, but strangely, they didn't look like human eyes. They glowed brightly, like two small luminescent points in the dark. At first, I thought it was a dog or some wild animal, but then I realized, no, it was a human. My body tensed when I realized that. I immediately pressed the brake, my hands clutching the steering wheel tightly. I didn't want to hit it, but I also didn't want to stop. Small accident, alone in the night. Screeching sound of brakes, sound of wheels sliding on gravel. I jerked the steering wheel to the left, and at that moment, my car slid a little on the loose gravel. I lost control for a moment, and the car spun halfway, the engine still running. I took a deep breath, trying to calm down. That figure is now behind me. I want to look in the rearview mirror, but I'm scared. I'm afraid that if I look at it, it will be closer. I pulled the handbrake, mustered up the courage to open the car door and stepped out. The night air was cold and the smell of damp earth crept into my nose. The surrounding fields were eerily silent. There was no sound of insects chirping, no sound of wind blowing through the trees. There was only the sound of my heart beating loudly in my chest. I shined my flashlight down on the engine, checking the car. It wasn't damaged much. But then I glanced towards the shadow from before. And it's closer. Bizarre shadows. The first time I saw it, it was about 30 yards away from me. Now, only about 20 yards left. I don't see it moving. Every time I looked away and turned back, it got a little closer. It only moves when I'm not looking. I started to panic. I walked back to the car, my hands shaking as I tried to open the door. I went inside and locked it tight. But I'm not sure this lock has any meaning. Because that creature wasn't carrying a weapon. It didn't try to break down the door. It just stood there. The eyes reflected light, but were completely lifeless. The run. I tried to start the car and drive away, but the wheel got stuck in a small groove. I tried backing away, but every time I looked in the mirror, that dark figure got a little closer. It doesn't run, it doesn't go fast. It just moves forward, little by little, every time I'm not looking. I stomped on the gas, trying to get out of the jam. Finally, after a while of struggling, the car moved up. I looked up, and it was less than 5 meters away from me. Its face gradually appeared under the headlights. His skin was pale and dry, his lips were thin and chapped, his jaw was stiff. It has extremely reflective, empty, and lifeless eyes. It was breathing rapidly, but I couldn't hear any sound. I shouted, honking continuously. And then, it stepped back. This is my only chance. I pressed the accelerator as hard as I could, the car jerked and sped away. I don't dare look back. Safe road. I kept running and running until I saw a road with light reflecting from the signs. I turned there without thinking. Finally, I heard the sound of traffic in the distance. I know I escaped. But in the rearview mirror, in the desolate fields behind me. I don't see it anymore. I don't know what it is, nor do I know what it wants. I only know one thing. I never drove alone on that road again. The music gradually fades, the wind whistles softly in the background. If you've made it this far, leave a comment telling me, would you dare drive alone at night again? And if you have any other mysterious stories, don't hesitate to share. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next horror stories. Good night, if you can.